What's going on, guys? It's your boy, Camomeleon. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the detailed overview of the Bobber Buddy. That's right, the Bobber Buddy. The unboxing you guys seen from me. This is the actual detailed overview of the Bobber Buddy product from my boy Scott Douglas. I'm going to put his name across the screen right here. I'm also going to put all the pertinent information down in the description below, how you can contact Scott, the prices of the Bobber Buddies, and we're also going to go into a little bit of the description of different types of designs of the Bobber Buddy, if you will, that you can actually have for this. So let's talk about the Bobber Buddy itself. What is the Bobber Buddy used for? The Bobber Buddy is a self-contained emergency, if you will, fishing kit. It has all the main and immediate components in it that allows you to set up in a very simplistic way to fish and catch something to eat. In addition, it has something in here also for you to assist in starting a fire, and it allows you such a way to provide a shelter if you need it, in addition to extra fishing line if you so needed extra fishing line also. That's a lot of stuff, guys. So we're going to go through that, and I'm going to show you every aspect of that if I can. So initially, Scott made the Bobber Buddy for a certain specific group of folks. This Bobber Buddy is made for hunters, hikers, campers, preppers, survivalists, and mountain bikers. Now, if your hobby is not listed in the Bobber Buddy, that does not mean that you cannot use effectively the Bobber Buddy. Please. I'm sure Scott would love to hear a story or a review on the Bobber Buddy that has an alternate use for someone else other than the group that I just noted to you. The Bobber Buddy comes currently in a number of different colors. Right now, as of this date, as of this video, Scott is making these in zombie green. I think there's a pink color, purple, blue. He has a woodland camo, black, orange, and he was in the process of getting some desert camo also ordered for this. If there is a color of paracord that you want for your Bobber Buddy that he's going to make, just tell Scott what you want, and I'm pretty sure he will go out of his way to try to find that paracord so that you can have your customized Bobber Buddy. The Bobber Buddy is made to be used in an environment where you don't have a telescopic fishing rod or pole, where you're in the need of a quick, hungry bite on the trail, or if you just want to relax and just go fishing but not carry around all that heavy tackle box and all that other stuff. If you're willing to be a simplistic fisherman and still use your skills to catch fish, the Bobber Buddy is there for you. Now you look at the Bobber Buddy, I'm thinking, how do I connect this guy and keep up with him? I just don't want to throw him in my pack. I want to give him a place on my pack, a place on my vest, a place in my backpack or something, a place in my vehicle. All right off the bat for me, there's a couple of different ways that this guy can be attached. Obviously, you can just take him, throw him in the pack, he's there. Throw him in a pouch, he's there. It's not going anywhere. On the end here, he has a loop. So right off the bat, I'm thinking if I wanted to create a necklace, I could actually hang this from my neck, and it would always be right below my neck, immediate access. If I wanted to hang this from my pack, I could take a carabiner. I can attach this guy to the carabiner and attach it to my pack. Of course, this carabiner would be taking other things that would be attached to it, or it could just have the purpose of holding your barber buddy. And it can hang from the pack there. So that's a secure method of doing it. If you have Velcro straps, you could probably undo the Velcro strap, feed it through here, Velcro it, and now it's attached to your Velcro strap. Or you could find a way to actually tie it to a loop on one of your backpacks or gear that you're actually carrying. And this can always go right in your tackle box. Now, when Scott thought of the method of the barber buddy and the reasoning for it, he envisioned it being used in 3 different scenarios. A scenario which involves using a cane pole, a scenario which involved using limb line, or a possible bug out situation where you would have to tie the contents of the barber buddy to the dowel rod that's in here and either have it underwater securely kind of floating out there until you have a bite, or actually fishing from the rod itself. So let's take a few moments. I'm going to take everything out, contents out of the barber buddy. We're going to see what's in this guy, and then we're going to break down what you have, how you can use it, and the availability of the product itself. Alright guys, so here are the complete contents of the barber buddy itself. So let's just break down what we have here and how we will be able to efficiently use everything here. First thing off the bat is I see a 14 feet of 14-pound test line. Now, in addition to just seeing that, I see a multiple venue of uses for this particular item right here. One, obviously, you have the 14 feet of 14-pound test line. Also, you have duct tape that is actually attached to the ends to keep it on the line. That can be used in a multitude of different ways. So if you don't have any sticks or branches around you, and you don't have anything to actually tie the line to, you can keep it tied to this dowel rod that's currently keeping it wrapped around. You could use the duct tape to keep the end of the line secured to this end. You can also tie a simple knot on this end so that if you feed all the line out and you get a bite and it's pulling, it won't actually pull the line in the water per se and lose your fish. I also see this as a way to start a fire. So let's say I caught my fish and now I need to cook him. Well, right off the bat, this is a wooden dowel. And I can actually take a knife and I can flake off some of this wood, feather it out, and get a quick fire on some tinder. Then I can add sticks to it, and before you know it, I got a fire that I can actually cook my fish I just caught. In addition to, the duct tape can also be used as a method of getting your tinder started, because duct tape burns also. So right there, multiple uses just for this one item with the fishing line on it. Now, one of the other things I talked about too is in reference to this is that I said in a bug out situation. So in a bug out situation, you would maybe take this line and you could tie it to a root underwater or in the ground and throw your line out there and wait for your bobber to start moving, and then you would be able to fish that way. Or you can take your dowel rod and you can just tie the end of your line to this and just kind of jam this in the ground or behind a root and keep it secure that way, so that when you actually get a fish, you'll have a secure position for this guy. Okay? The next things I see are matches. Now these are not waterproof matches, these are just regular matches. So again, you catch your fish, you've got some kindling, you need a way to start a fire so you can cook your fish. And there he has, he's put 2 matches in here to allow you to actually start a fire. We have 2 split shots, very tiny split shots here, that you can use as weights on the end of your line. I'm not going to go into the explanation of how to use split shots, but these are very useful depending on the scenario and the type of fish you're actually fishing for. You have a swivel, which we all know is a device used to keep the line from twisting depending on the fish. So you'd have your hook on one end and your line on the other, and the fish would fight and turn, and basically it swivels, keeping the line from actually twisting and snapping eventually due to all the movement. The coolest part, and the part I like a lot just because I like hooks, is your hooks. Now I don't know that I can actually show you this in the camera here, but if you see on the back, there are 2 little barbs on the back of this hook. I absolutely love hooks like that. I think these are eagle claws. And I love it because I'm a catfisher, and I believe Scott is also. And one of the things I love about these hooks is that when a fish just chomps down on this, these little barbs on the back also help keep him on the hook. Now the real obvious thing that keeps him on the hook is the front of it here that is barbed. But I love it on the back here because these just kind of help keep him where he needs to be, and that is on the hook. You don't want to lose your meal. So you got 2 of these guys here. You know, and it happens. If anybody that's ever fished, you set your line up, you've either got hung, you either got a bite and he took the damn hook and everything else with it, so you end up losing one of these guys. So he's actually put 2 of these hooks in there for you. A twister tail lure. Now, personally, I'm not big on artificial lures, but in a kit like this, you don't want to put live lure or live bait in here. So artificial lures are going to be your next bet, and this is just a basic twister tail lure that you can bait up with your hook here and your swivel, and then your line on the end of that. Very, very cool. So if you know how to fish these guys, this is a good way to catch a little bit of small fish that will snap this up and get a good meal for yourself. In the back here, you have the actual bobber. Now, he has actually taken the bobber and actually attached it to the paracord, so it removes very easily. So if you're fishing top water, well, not top water, if you're fishing for your smaller fish like your crappie or whatever, and you just want to be able to see if you have a bite, you have an actual bobber that you can actually use with this guy. Now here comes the interesting part, guys. here's the part where I said that you can actually use this as a shelter environment. On the Bobber Buddy itself, you have approximately 8 feet of paracord. Now, I'm not going to go through the uses of paracord because everybody knows what the use of paracord is. But right off the bat, if you have a shelter, if this is a bug out situation and you have a shelter, you need a shelter, but you don't have anything to tie your shelter up with as far as the ends of the tarp or whatever, you can unwrap this paracord and use it as a device, as a ridge line, maybe for your bug out tent, or to tie the ends of it off. You can also use the strands, 7-strand, yes, it's a 7-strand paracord. You can use the strands in this paracord also as additional fishing line or as add-ons to this particular fishing line. So you have a lot of fishing line. 7 strands of 8 feet, that's a lot of fishing line that you can actually put together to fish really deep if you wanted to, or if you wanted to use the strands or the paracord itself to make maybe like a trap for an animal or something like that. Just so many different scenarios that you could actually use. Now the other thing too is that this container is a waterproof type seal on here. So you can, it actually serves as a little container. So if you have some special things also that you're trying to keep dry, you can probably put them in here and you could keep those items relatively dry for yourself. Alright guys, so that is the contents of the Bobber Buddy, detailed overview if you will, of everything that you have here. I hope that this was informative to kind of let you know exactly what you got here. Of course, it's a basic fishing kit, basic fishing / survival kit, bug out situation if you will. Not completely bug out, but at least gets you something to where you can actually eat without starving to death, you know what I mean? So the next thing that I want to try to do is some actual field tests in different scenarios with the Bobber Buddy. So y'all guys look forward to that. We will be testing how to use the different ways of the fishing line, connecting and things of that nature. We will even catch something and also try to cook it with our matches, starting a fire using our dowel rod here. And we're going to basically give this guy a full review, and we'll let you guys decide how efficient and how useful this product is. Thank you very much for coming and watching this review, this output. Again, thank you, Scott Douglas, for allowing me to review this product, brother. Please look forward to much more from this, from my end, as far as the reviews here. Good to bad, and hopefully there is no ugly about this product. Thanks again, guys. We appreciate it. And remember, when you see me on the trail, don't yell, don't bail. It's just your boy, Camomeleon. Alright, guys. Appreciate it. See y'all on the next one, baby.